What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Cesar Monroe Show. I am your host, and today we're going to be talking about a multitude of things surrounding Marvel with all its updates. But before we get into any of that, I want you guys to go ahead and check out my description. There's a GoFundMe link. It's for my godfather. He just was recently diagnosed with esophageal cancer, and anything you guys could donate would be great. I greatly appreciate you guys as always. And with that down, let's get into the intro. Julius Onah, you guys do not know who that is because nobody knows who that is. He is the director of Captain America 4 and he has been fired. Why? I do not know, but I have some sort of a clue to why this happened. Let's get into those details. Captain America 4 has been on reshoots for the past 6 months and is getting out of hand. From what I've heard, rumor has it, it's had 5 reshoots. That's just insane. If you guys know, sometimes you do a little reshoot after the film is done just to add in the little tidbits here and there. But from what I was told, half of this film was reshot. And I don't know how bad the first rendition of this film had to be for it to be reshot over a 6-month period. Just let me remind you guys something. It takes about 5 months to shoot a film. So for it to have reshoots, you guys literally shot a film over and considered it reshoots. You probably went through more problems trying to reshoot things versus starting over from scratch. It makes no sense whatsoever. But again, we'll see what happens February 14th. I have a lot of hope in Captain America 4, but a lot of it has nothing to do with Red Hulk, and I know a lot of you guys are going to see it for the Red Hulk aspect of things. Hopefully, that's something that doesn't happen until towards the end of the film, because I feel like the spy espionage Captain America film, well, Captain America Winter Soldier, which was more spy espionage, I felt like that was so great, and I feel like if we go down that road again, I feel like it'll be an amazing film. But if we are just looking for the special effects, the Hulk fight, it's just not going to work out. I feel like they're going to run into some issues. I don't know if we have new producers over there. I don't know if we have just new writers and what aspects they're wanting to go with, especially after the writer's strike. It makes me nervous because this film is the end all be all. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Marvel hasn't had a good film in a very long time besides Deadpool and Wolverine. And I'm not going to say that was a good film as far as being cinematically good. I'm just going to say that it was a good film because it gained its money back. Like it earned like $1.3 billion at box office. So it did a very phenomenal job. And I don't want to get into the marketing dollars of that film because in all reality, that film is just a mess on its own. Well, we're not going to get into that because we're not talking about Deadpool and Wolverine for another half hour today. For the most part, anything before Deadpool and Wolverine has been a bust. So the Marvels, any of the Sony Marvel films, you can pretty much count those as a bust. Eternals, Black Panther 2 wasn't really that much of a success if you really look at it. They've just been on a downhill spiral, unfortunately, and that's what we're here now. And when we get into things like Doctor Strange, the second Doctor Strange could have been a phenomenal film. It just didn't work out so well. But we're going to get into that because I want to get into the director of Doctor Strange. But before we get into that, I want to finish off by saying Captain America 4, something really needs to happen with this film. I hope this film is magnificent. It deserves to be great, and I hope they do a phenomenal job with that. The runtime needs to be at least 2.5 hours. Phenomenal, just ongoing. If it's anything less, I'm going to say 220. If it's anything less than that, I don't think it's going to be a great film. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not going to work. Why? Because there's going to be a lot of explaining in this film. They're going to need to explain what the hell's going on in this film as far as Celestial Island. They're going to have to explain why the multiverse is not being mentioned in this film, and we just went through a multiverse situation. By the way, speaking of multiverse, I forgot about Ant-Man 3, that's fast. Shout out to Kang. Shout out to Jonathan Majors. You're amazing. Marvel, do better. Other than that, man, I just feel like this film needs to be long enough to explain everything, as well as give the comic book geeks what they want, and the 9-to-5ers I go to the movie once in a blue moon people what they want as well. So hopefully Captain America 4 does that. I'm waiting for it. I'm rooting for it. And they have to make it happen. As we're speaking on directors and we're speaking on Marvel films and we're speaking on Doctor Strange at that, the director of Doctor Strange 2, Sam Raimi, is in talks to direct the Miles Morales Spider-Man film. And I'm just looking at this like, Marvel, you have the gall. It is not even Marvel Studios. This is a Sony situation. So Marvel an associate or association, whatever they want to call the Sony films. The disrespect. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy was trash. Just go back and watch the films. There was nothing there. There's no substance at all. People just hold on to those films for nostalgic reasons. For the same reasons that the elders are holding on to Star Wars. It's just, there's no reason there, but they just feel like it was the greatest thing of all time at that point in time. And in all honesty, as a kid watching it, it wasn't great then. So I don't understand the love behind these films. It's just, it's weird, all right? Because Sam Raimi is a great horror director. When it comes to superhero films, I just feel like he's just very out of touch when it comes to comic book films. Just, he shouldn't be touching those type of films. Reason being is, I don't think he cares for the characters. He's there to tell a story, and he's going to capitalize off of little tidbits, like in the Spider-Man films. You went into the comic to see him swinging away in New York City. Or with Doctor Strange 2, I feel like what he was able to capitalize on the Multiverse of Madness, because he's a horror director, he was able to work out those horror elements. Other than that, we could have thrown that movie in the trash. It just wasn't on the first Doctor Strange's level. It had a higher budget, had more time to shoot. It just didn't work out for me personally. It was an okay film, don't get me wrong, but it was an okay film in the sense of if I went in there not knowing anything about it, all right? If you just went there to enjoy a film, actually you couldn't even do that because the film tied into the Disney Plus series. When the Disney Plus series came out, they said you didn't have to watch it in order to get what was going on in the films. And unfortunately, if you didn't watch WandaVision, you didn't understand what Wanda was doing in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So that lie went out the window very fast. So I just think we should move away from Sam Raimi. Like, let him go do his thing somewhere else. This isn't for him. We've learned our lesson here. Speaking of Marvel TV shows, Disney has a plan to release 2 films and 3 TV shows a year moving forward. Now, I don't know how that's going to work in 2025. Maybe they're starting in 2026. And also, I could have got those 2 numbers misconstrued. They could be releasing 3 films and 2 Disney Plus shows. But I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. And I'm just overthinking this situation. With that, I feel like it's not going to help anything because unfortunately, if they're not going to put in their all into these Disney Plus series, it's not really going to be worth watching. And a lot of people are just going to skip past it just to go see the movies. And on top of that, I feel like the consistency that these films had with the timeline of just what was going on through the Infinity Saga, the thing that got you through day to day was those movies coming out every 3 months or so, right? And at first we had 2 movies a year, which worked out well until you really needed a filler in between to make it all make sense without feeling like you had to put everything on the next film. So they did 3 films and then it went to 4. And I thought 4 was too much, but it worked out a bit. Like I felt like a film every 3 months was kind of perfect. I think they need to get back to that. That's where we need it. Like 4 films a year, keep the Disney Plus series because they're not worth a damn and move forward like that. And I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone because I keep seeing these people talk about how good WandaVision is. I feel like not WandaVision, what's the other one? Agatha All Along. I feel like somebody's getting a check for this. There's no way. Like, I need somebody to watch Agatha All Along. Somebody leave me some comments in the comment section. Like, let's have this discussion. Am I missing something in Agatha All Along? Because all I see is a cheaply made, bad acting show, and I can't see past it, unfortunately. I would rather watch Hocus Pocus 2. And if you guys know, that movie wasn't the greatest either, but it was the sequel to the 1993 Hocus Pocus film, and that's like one of my favorite movies to watch, especially around Halloween time, although I don't celebrate Halloween. That's a conversation for another time. All in all, all, I just feel like that plan isn't going to work out so well, especially if, again, they're not going to put their all into these shows, if they're just going to be cutting corners to make the show last. If you're not going to give me 10 episodes, just keep it. Just make it a movie. If you're going to give me 6 episodes, a half an hour a piece, that's a 3-hour film, give me a film. Plain and simple. I'd rather sit in the theater for 3 hours and watch this movie later on again before I go see the next film, before I sit here and try to watch a 6-episode series, which could have been explained in less time. And honestly, I feel like those 6 episodes could have been condensed to 2.5 hours. So that's even more reason to just make it a film. So look at it that way. What do you guys think? Do you think they should do more shows? Leave it in the comments. I just feel like it shouldn't work. It doesn't work, unfortunately. I wanted to discuss one more thing in Marvel news. Since everyone was in an uproar and excited about it, Denzel came out this week and stated that Ryan Coogler is writing a part for him in Black Panther 3. In all honesty, people went nuts for this. And they just feel like he's about to be this mythical character. And honestly, Denzel can be the janitor in the damn movie. We don't know. But we would love to see Denzel in this film. In all honesty, Angela Bassett is Mother Queen in the Black Panther film. I love Angela Bassett. I love her in both Black Panther films. But let's be honest, if it was anyone else, we would have loved the movie just the same. So that's a big ask. Reason being, because I know Denzel is about to get $20 million just to be in this movie. So what are we getting out of this situation, all right? Unless he's just doing it for the love, he wants to make sure that his legacy is there. I get it. All right, let's see how this thing goes. Put him in a movie. Make sure it's not eating at the budget, because in all reality, we don't have, I keep saying we like I work at Marvel or something. We don't have $20 million to just be throwing at Denzel to be in Black Panther 3. It's just, we've seen how, I'm not going to say bad, we've seen how Black Panther 2 turned out. We don't want another Black Panther 2. It was good. It wasn't great. That's what I'm saying. We want things to be better. So hopefully with Denzel joining the cast, he's not eating away at the budget. And also Ryan Coogler doesn't write him in as the janitor, sweeping up one of the streets in Wakanda. Like, that would be just disrespectful. This is Denzel we're talking about here. So what do you guys think about that? Leave it down in the comments. Do you think that Denzel needs to be in Black Panther 3? If so, what do you think he should play? And also, do you feel like $20 million is a bit much to give an actor like Denzel to be in a comic book film? Let me know down below. Let's get into our next topic. Now, we're moving along, but I couldn't let the day go by without speaking about this. The Penguin. HBO, what in the hell? Warner Brothers, you guys did a phenomenal job. And you guys, I just feel like you guys never disappoint when it comes to these TV shows. It's just the movies, man. The movies, y'all just don't have it. I don't know what's going on. When it comes to the films, the DC films just don't work. But these shows, The Penguin was a masterclass of how you do a comic book series. Marvel, take notes, because this is what you should be doing when it comes to these characters, building on these characters. The Kingpin looks like a joke. It looked like a joke before Disney took over the Netflix series or the Daredevil series. But all in all, I just feel like in The Penguin, it was serious. It got you excited. We didn't need to see Batman not one time. Yeah, we mentioned him once in 1 or 2 episodes, but other than that, we didn't see this guy. He wasn't needed. We were so intrigued on Penguin's life. It was just like, bravo, they did a phenomenal job. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. You guys should definitely go check out The Penguin. I stopped doing these series reviews because the series were so bad, and I didn't want to just keep coming here every week telling you guys how terrible those series were. With a show like Penguin, I should have picked up on it, but again, I don't want to be the guy that just here to deliver bad news every week, because that's all you would have got with Agatha all along. Not Secret Invasion. I actually like Secret Invasion, especially the first 4 episodes. 5 and 6 got wonky, but I actually liked Secret Invasion. What came before that? Loki season 2, it wasn't hitting the same, guys. It wasn't there. And honestly, the first Loki season wasn't great, but we were fanboying over it. It is what it is. We were there. It didn't work. We moved on. Penguin, masterclass. Marvel, take notes. I'm going to just say that. Marvel, take notes. If you guys haven't watched it, it's on HBO Max. Go watch The Penguin right now. All 10 episodes, 8 episodes are there. They're ready for you to watch. Go check it out. But that's it for today, man. Actually, before we get up out of here, I want you guys to go ahead and give me your predictions, man. Who do y'all think is going to win this fight tomorrow? Is it going to be Jake Paul? Is it going to be Mike Tyson? Tyson? Let me know down below who you got. In all honesty, like I said before, it's a lose-lose situation for Jake Paul. If he wins against Mike Tyson, he won against a 60-year-old. If he loses against Mike Tyson, he loses to a 60-year-old. Mike Tyson's legacy is not going to be tarnished by this situation. He is 60 years old. Like, there's nothing you can do in this situation as far as tarnishing Mike Tyson's legacy. He is still Mike Tyson at the end of the day. The guy that's a beast when it comes to just his training videos. He's training Ngannou, which I feel like he's going to be the next heavyweight boxing star, but he just needs to move over, and hopefully they're taking him seriously, and hopefully he's taking his boxing thing seriously. Yeah, we go back, and I feel like the AJ fight with Ngannou was a cash grab. It is what it is. I've gotten past it. But other than that, I feel like Ngannou is going to be the next heavyweight star. We're going to see. But go ahead and let me know down below how you think Friday is going to happen. What's going to happen this Friday? Let me know. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. One more thing, don't forget to hit that GoFundMe link in my description. Please go ahead and donate what you can. If it's $1, if it's $100, if it's $1,000, just please go donate. We appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you next week. Peace.